get locked away.
Tax evasion. He's an expendable.
You're watching BLACKTREE on TV, only on Soul of the South.
So the first question goes to you, Mastermind. You obviously wrote the screenplay for this. What were you thinking and why were you thinking to add this young element to?
Evolution, that's it. Unfortunately, time moves on, and we've told our story. And I thought if we went to that well one more time, I think we'd be throwing shoes and tomatoes at the screen going, come on. And it's very much like life. You know, we all have to eventually face our mortality and go, oh, God. And I remember one time, Burt Reynolds said, I knew he was #1 actor in the world. He goes, I kept seeing a guy named Stallone in my rearview mirror. You know, so it's time for us to look in our rearview mirror and go, who's that catching up to real fast? And I think it's relatable in just life in general.
Right. They're young and they're fun. Obviously, I was super pumped for when you came back on the screen. I grew up watching all your movies, so when he came back and the way you guys broke him out and you guys made light of the situation, we were rolling in the movie theaters, and it was really fun because if anybody was going to do a heist, I wanted to do one for you. You were my favorite actor. So, how was it being back? This is your first back action. How was it getting back into it?
Oh, it was exciting. I mean, of course, a little nervous because you've been out the game for a minute. These guys were seasoned. They already had 2 outings two times at the bat, and they were having a lot of fun. So, you know, you want to make sure that you can come in and match up, have as much fun as they are, and then don't F up, you know?
Right. How do you do?
Well, I had no doubt. See, I know how quirky he can be. I know what he does, and having been in Demolition Man, he does things with his voice, and you don't write that in the script. You just let him go.
You know, I'd love to party with you boys. Lots to digest.
When he walks into the cockpit and starts on him, you know, he didn't direct. He directed himself. He's going, that a tattoo? That your name Christmas? And it's just the arrogance is like, oh God, this is going to be so good.
Well. Yeah. It works very well for everyone. And then obviously the most shocking for you was the story of your near-death experience filming this, and you didn't say anything about it. It was you that kind of brought it out.
I know. I would have been yelling it from the treetops.
And then, you know, why the silence on that moment, which seemed to be, for me, such an inspirational story?
No, it was self-inflicted. I'd had enough of these lot. I just drove into the bloody river.
I don't know why he didn't. I swear to God, I'm watching this thing. You had to hear the sound of this truck hitting this dolly, which is what, 500-700 pounds, and then all these men in the dolly crashing, and then this truck crashed. I mean, it's a different sound than when you hear the movies, and you go, oh, this dude's gonna die.
Right.
I mean, die. This is not a stunt. It's 60 feet down into the Black Sea, and you can't see. And any one of us just didn't have the ability to swim like that. We couldn't. We just would have been sea around.
Did you see death? Was there any near death? Was there any reaction?
It's pretty close, yeah. I mean, I definitely thought I was literally drowning.
I have it on film. Of course, I was filming the whole thing.
Of course.
I was doing an iPhone a moment ago. My kids are gonna love this. And when he got out of the water, you were gray. It was like gray.
I've been scuba diving for years. I've been free diving with like world champions. I mean, I'm pretty good underneath.
Right.
But this, you know, I had no air, and you know, when you're sort of troubled with trying to climb out from behind the wheel and get out through. I mean, you get very disorientated, and you know, it's diesel polluted seawater. I mean, it's you can't see a thing, so you don't know where you are, and you know, you got boots on and gun belts, and you're weighed down heavily.
Well, I'm glad you made it out. Thank you so much. It's all the time we have left, but it was a mad pleasure.
Thank you.
You're watching BLACKTREE on TV, only on Soul of the South.